you doing? Oh, she made it back, huh? Is she going to ask Steve Israel a question?
Yeah.
Yeah? What question does she have? You're the interpreter, right? Is that, what's your name, Bucky?
Yeah. Hands off my mommy's health care.
Oh, is that what she wants to ask? Okay.
Yeah, she said, hands off health care. She's such a trooper.
Okay, I hope he gets that message, right?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Buffy.
Just informed.
The youngin' guy just came over with a sign that said assholes and
You guys going to try and get a seat in there?
We have no ticket.
Oh, you do? Are you hoping to ask Steve Israel a question?
We do. I don't know if they're going to ask any tough questions given the way they're doing it. We all filled out cards, and then we had to hand them in to their interns. So I don't know whether they're being sorted out or not. We were told that the League of Women Voters were going to gather up all the cards and just pick them at random and ask the question. Whether or not that's really what's going to happen or not, we'll know once the questions are asked. It looks like there's an overwhelming number of opponents to health care here, and if all the questions come out favorable, you'll know that it's a fraud. If it's legit, then that's great. That's the way it should be.
Okay, well, what question did you want to ask Steve Israel?
The question I want to ask is why not allow all insurance companies to be able to offer their services in any state? The competition alone, 300 insurers in every state, is going to drive down rates. That, and why is there no serious tort reform in any of the bills? Texas, Minnesota both have tort reform. It's proven, it's worked, it's lowered rates in those two states. Why not just adapt something like that for the rest of the country? Those two items alone could reduce healthcare costs hugely.
Do you feel opening it up to the 1,300 insurance companies throughout the country will have a dramatic effect on lowering premiums?
Well, absolutely. Competition always does that. Anytime you have that competition, some of those companies will survive in the marketplace, some of them won't. You know, Obama made the thing about, it was down in Arkansas, there's 3 insurance companies that offered their services there. Well, that's insane. Because how do you generate any kind of competition in that kind of a system? But if you open that up to all the insurance companies, then the marketplace is going to drive that. It's going to drive those rates down. Competition is going to be good for that. Over-regulation, ties the hands of innovation, creativity. It stifles job creation. I think that's a big problem with where we're going right now.
And you mentioned tort reform, so that's another big issue. So you feel that the doctors' malpractice insurance and the fact that they have to practice defensive medicine really drives up the cost of health care, huh?
Absolutely. My father-in-law right now is 90 years old. But every time he goes to the doctor, they don't treat him for what the ailment is that he's walking in for. They run a battery of tests. And the reason they run a battery of tests, they're not saying, hey, I've got a stomach problem. They're running all kinds of tests on this man, putting him through all kinds of added expense and whatever, because they're scared to death of getting sued.
Right. So those are two very big things. So if you get a chance, you're going to try and ask him that question.
Absolutely.
If you get a chance to ask a question, what do you think your question will be?
I'm still I have a list of 10, and I'm still thinking I'm making a top 10 list.
Okay.
Since Letterman probably not going to do that anymore, so I'm going to do a top 10, and then I'll figure out which one I'm going to answer.
Right. Okay. Good luck.
How did he vote on that HR 554? I think the bill to have a 72-hour waiting period.
Oh, that's a good question. Is that what you'd like to ask him?
I'd like to find out how he votes. I know they shot it down.
Wow.
And I want to see how he did it.
Right.
About 72-hour waiting period.
Good luck. Thank you. What would you like to ask him?
I know he's a pro-choice politician. I want to find out what his views are on federal funding for abortions.
You want to make sure that's not in the health care bill, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, very good. What about you, ma'am? Do you have anything you'd like to say to Steve Israel, I'm sure?
No taxes on my group health insurance.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I don't want to pay for abortions.
You don't want
My
the government
tax
to pay
money
for abortions, right?
to go pay for abortions.
Timber's going for
I
the
would
bill?
like to ask Steve if he read the bill, Mr. Israel. Definitely.
Pretty tough. I think you need a law
And I
degree to be
think
able to
they should
understand.
put it out for everyone to read. Why aren't they doing that? Why is it a secret? It should be out for
Oh, you mean the
everyone
Senate,
to
the
read.
Senate bill? Right.
Yes. Yeah.
The question I'd like to ask is why isn't Congress implementing the solutions that wouldn't cost the taxpayer a dime first before taking over the entire system? They should be devoting their time to digging up those types of solutions first,
Right.
in my opinion.
4 weeks from tomorrow,
Yes.
when the governor's races are decided in Virginia and New Jersey,
Right.
will he finally wake up?
Let's see what you got there.
Hands off healthcare.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good
I like
standby.
this one better.
Oh, so you're not going to go inside there then, huh?
We had everything. We said what we had to say to Mr. Israel.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk to him on November 2010 on the way out the door.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, why did they vote it on the new health bill for not having any clarity? What is it hiding? What in the middle of the night?
You mean 1,000-page bill written by lawyers is not clear?
No.
That's not crystal clear to you?
Not at all. Not at all.
I agree with my father.
Why is it we have to change the whole system when we just cut out the dirt, cut out the fraud, and get interstate insurance?
Okay, good luck. I hope you get a chance to ask them.
I have a question.
You have a question?
Miss Israel, I'm also an elected official. I hold public meetings and I vote the way my constituents tell me to vote. I vote the will of the people. I'd like an assurance that you're here to vote the will of your people from Suffolk County. That way I could vote for you again. If not, bye-bye.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Hi, how you doing?
And you've been quoted as saying you get your orders from Nancy Pelosi. You're supposed to get your orders from us.
Right. If you had a chance to be in there, what would you ask him?
Well, I'd ask him how come Obama admitted that he didn't read the health care bill himself. Like most of them in Congress, they're passing something. Would you buy a house, would you buy a mortgage without reading the contract? And here we got the biggest health care issue to come down the pike in ages that was going to cost billions of dollars, and nobody has the audacity, nobody even reads it. It's madness.
It's going to be about $1 trillion over 10 years.
Madness, absolutely madness. So it's frightening what's happening.
So do you think Israel read it?
I hope Israel read it. I hope he gives some honest answers tonight instead of just playing party lines. I think this even goes beyond Republican, Democrat, Independent. We're talking about, I'd like to see a new party in America, a Love America party. People who stand up for this country, abide by term limits instead of turning it into a professional career where these guys, they serve a couple terms and then they get a full pension. They have their full salaries until they die, and their families and wives are covered for health care for the rest of their lives. Taxpayers, it's turned into a farce, the whole thing.
Right.
So we do need reform, and like I said, I don't really at this point care Republican or Democrat. I want Americans representing American, what's good for American.
Hello.
How you doing, guys?
Good.
You didn't make it inside, but you still got a chance to let the American people know what you think about Steve Israel and what you'd like to ask him.
Say, hands off our health care. Leave it alone.
Right.
Hands off cap and trade.
You think he even read this bill, the new bill, whatever this bill
I hear
is?
they didn't even read it, and I've seen parts of it, the old bill. You can't understand it anyway. And these guys are fairly simple guys. I don't think they're going to understand it. And then the courts will figure it out, and we'll all be standing in the line like we were here to get an MRI, for sure.
Right. So what do you think the best solution to this healthcare reform is?
Just make it portable, make it available in other states that companies that we can't buy from.
Right.
That'll give us more choice and competition like they're always talking about.
Right.
And leave it at that and see how that goes for a while.
See,
and they should give a tax break if you buy your own health insurance.
Right.
Rather than penalizing you, really.
Right.
They should. And why would the government want to take more people in? They should want to wean people off of it. So give people a tax break, let them buy their own plan. And if the plans don't work right, that's what the Attorney General is all about. That's why we pay him.
Right.
So if the insurance companies are running amok on all of us, then that's what the Attorney General is all about.
Gee, you seem to know more than the congressmen themselves. You have more common sense than they
Well
do.
informed. Somebody said, you're a right-winger? I said, no, just informed.
Just informed.
Just informed.
If that makes you a right-winger, so be it, right?
Right. I'll take it. I'll take it. Sure.
Thanks for your comments.
Oh, you're welcome.
Hands off healthcare! Hands off healthcare! Hands off healthcare! Hands off healthcare!
One of the more vocal opponents.
Hands off healthcare! Hands off healthcare! off! Healthcare! Hands off! Healthcare! Hands off!
They know for the swine flu shot. Poison. Medical fascism. Poison.